LDBC. It is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. You're live on the Coach Shelton Harrison Boxing and MMA Show Live. Okay, folks, let's go ahead and get into this. There have been a conclave of channels, talking about Oscar's DUI, and of course, when it comes to YouTube, I seem to be one of the last people to report on anything, and that's just the way that is. But I'm actually a bit infuriated by this particular, incident with Oscar DelaHoya. It's a DUI. And see, this man decided to get behind a wheel and drive his car. Not only is that selfish, but that's just pure stupidity. Stupidity. It's bad enough that this man, is doing all kind of other dumb stuff, but this is stupidity. And the reason why I feel very strongly about this is because the coach lost a loved one due to somebody driving while intoxicated. Driving under the influence. I lost a loved one because of somebody being dumb enough to do something stupid like that. And, it just kind of brings up memories. Even when John Jones was driving and he hit that light, you know what? I was pissed off. I was infuriated by John Jones' bones. Because it's the dumbest, most selfish thing that you could ever do. And I know Oscar, he makes mistakes, man. He's going through a lot of tough times in his entire life. Oscar having a tough time. And I get, man, that you just completely and you royally you feel like things are just not going well. That's how he feel. He probably feel like his whole world is beginning to collapse around him. He does. And I know people say, yeah, but Oscar just signed this 42 fight deal. And see, certain things when it comes to people in psychology, y'all, really and truly, y'all, when it comes to people in psychology, at times, y'all, just because a person has a whole lot of things that they have possession, that don't mean they're happy. Just because you have possession and you have everything that your money you think can buy, that don't mean you're happy. It just don't. It doesn't mean that you're living in a state of happiness. And it doesn't mean that your spiritual health, that don't mean you're healthy spiritually. It just don't. See, some people are real good at showing that they're very content on the outside. And Oscar DelaHoya is one of those people. Oh, he's very good at showing that he's very content on the outside. But on the inside, this man is spiritually erupting. Okay? His spirit is very weak. And you can even tell. You can tell just by some of the time. This guy done had a lot of sleepless nights. Many. But to get in a car and drive and get behind the wheel, that's just stupidity. See, let's go and bridge this up. So people really want to talk about how bad Al Heyman is. Now, this is a kicker. This is a kicker, okay? Now, and I still have to ask people, how we going to explain this? Like, people really dislike Al Heyman, but ain't nobody ever, and the coach means nobody's ever really talked to Al. I've talked to him for 15 minutes. And when I tell people that I actually talked to Al Heyman for 15 minutes, and Al Heyman really is a real live person that exists, people kind of say, yeah, right, coach, you never talked to Al Heyman. But I'll get somebody who can verify that some of the people that I talk about exist, like Darius I Am King Irvin. He will tell you that where we're from, okay, that there's this legendary boxing coach named Alvin Simpson. He's very legendary. He's legendary, and everybody in this city, this guy's known across the country. He's worked with the likes of Terrence Crawford. He's worked with Errol Spence Jr. He worked with some of those guys before they became who they were. Darius I Am King Irvin would confirm that there is a gentleman that lives here named Alvin Simpson. And this guy is a legend. He's a legend. He's a legendary trainer in the sport of boxing. He is. And he actually introduced me to Al Heyman. And it's kind of like, why don't people, why is that not, you can look him up. You can look up Alvin Simpson. Him and Al Heyman are very good friends. And let me tell you something. The 15-minute conversation I got from Al Heyman, I learned a great deal about vision. And I should have just really listened to it, but I learned a great deal about vision. But I do know this. Had that have been Al Heyman, everybody would be blowing up about this. See, it's amazing. Nobody has ever got a real live interview with Al Heyman. Nobody. Not on record. Not that we know about. But Al Heyman ain't the one running around here using racial epithets. He not using that. Al Heyman not the one running around here, driving while intoxicated. But I've heard people literally say, I hate Al Heyman. And I have to figure, why? Why you don't like Al Heyman? Like, it really baffles me, but he not the one driving while intoxicated. Oscar DelaHoya did. It's a lot of shady stuff, and I hope Oscar get his stuff together. Like, I really do. Even though, I'm still a little irritated that he hadn't said one blue word about this email. I never like to see people suffering. I just don't. I don't feel sorry for him because he shouldn't have been driving while intoxicated. I don't feel sorry for this dude at all. And I hope they can give this guy the maximum punishment that you can get. Because then maybe he'll stop learning. He'll stop learning to stop using drugs, to stop drinking and driving. See, maybe he will learn this. And this couldn't have hit him at a better time. Folks, that's just the way that is. That's just the way that is. Oscar DelaHoya is a disgrace. He's a disgrace. He's a disgrace to boxing. I mean, how the heck, he already got caught, man, doing all kind of crazy stuff, man, wearing dresses and all this other mess. And now, he was doing drugs. He was doing that. Am I criticizing him? Man, nah, I'm just trying to tell y'all. Okay? But everybody seemed to love this guy, and everybody can't stand a guy like Al Haymon. I don't get this. Like, what the heck? I think Al Haymon can give everybody in the world $1 million and put it in their pocket, and you guys would complain that it wasn't $1,001. I mean, seriously. But if this was Al Haymon, it'd be front page on everybody's YouTube channel. Everybody would talk about this. Remember when John Jones got that DUI? Oh, man, everybody was talking about that. Good Lord, man. Talking about how bad a person he is. Well, John Jones was driving and he hit that lady. I'm sorry to hit and run, but he was actually intoxicated. And everybody talking about, how bad of a person he is and this, he ran. Oh, man, they crucified John Jones. But I wonder how many news media outlets and how many YouTube channels are going to crucify Oscar DelaHoya for this. I wonder how many channels are going to crucify this guy. I wonder if Dan Raffay fat. I wonder if Dan Ravioli fat. I wonder if he's going to discuss this. He was quiet about the emails. I wonder. But I doubt it. I doubt that, Dougie Fisher or Doogie Howard, okay, with a ponytail. I wonder if that idiot is going to discuss this. I wonder if Steve Kim, or I wonder if Steve Punk, I wonder if he's going to discuss this. Probably not. Because that's Oscar DelaHoya, boy. That's his boy. That's his boy. You just ain't going to do it. I can tell you right now, they probably ain't going to talk much about it. Why? Why would they do that? Man, they had to give up their media credential passes for that. I'm just trying to tell y'all. And if they do talk about it, then I stand corrected. If they say anything about it, I stand corrected. And y'all know on this channel, I'm not too big to say, hey, I was wrong. I'm never too big. I'll say it in a minute. If I got something wrong, I done made retraction videos over and over. Easy work. But now, what's it gonna be? I'm just wondering how many people gonna flamethrow Oscar DelaHoya, because this is despicable. You gotta be kidding me. Are you serious? I mean, did you really get behind the wheel knowing that you're intoxicated? Are you serious? Man, Oscar is a disgrace, and that's just the way that is. I'm done.